Hey everyone, Trevor Huntsinger here with the Anderson Hicks Group, and I have the pleasure of having Nicole Halverson here with me today. And so, Nicole, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Nicole. I've been working with Mike Hicks originally since 2005, so I'm going on 21 years. Started out basically as office manager, getting everything rolling with his business, helping him in every, listings and closings and all of that. But when we merged with the Anderson Group, I I loved the role of taking care of the clients, watching transactions from start to finish. And so I just said, you know what? I would love to just be the closing manager, just help clients. I'm task driven, so that's a easy thing for me to do. And so, yeah, I've been doing that ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, going on 21 years
Yes.
with the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Hicks.
Yes.
So, born and raised in Idaho?
No, I was born in Minnesota, but basically we moved here from Seattle in 2005 for my husband's job. And I had been working at a courier company since I was 17. So that was another 20 years of my life, 20 or so. And when we moved here, Mike was our agent, and he was helping us buy our house. And he just asked me, "What are you going to do now?" And I'm like, "I've never had another job. I have no idea." And so he said, "I'm looking for somebody to help out in the office," and he interviewed me, and the rest is history.
Rest is history.
Yep.
So Minnesota, because you're a
Big-
Vikings fan.
big
Your
Vikings
family
fan.
bleeds purple.
Yes, we
right?
do. Yes, we do.
But lived in Washington,
Yep.
of course.
Since I was 7, so Washington's pretty much my home.
Okay.
I would never go back, but
Yeah.
I love it here. It's just such a nice town, quiet, friendly people, safe.
Yep. Yep.
So,
And so you said your husband got a job here in East Idaho, and
Yep.
so that's what brought you from Washington to Idaho.
yeah, he had been working night shift he was an ink technician, basically in the ink industry, and he had been working nights all of our married life, all of our children's lives. Finally got the opportunity to be in charge managing the ink department here in town at a plastics company, and he was going to go to days. And it's like, you know what, you've suffered long enough, it's your turn to be able to go to days and be in charge. And so we did that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And he's still there.
He is still there.
He is still there.
Yep.
And so when you moved here, did you guys have kids or?
Yep, we had 2 teenage boys. One was going into freshman in high school, and one was a junior in high school. And when we got here, my poor youngest found out that freshman in high school there would be in high school. Freshman here, 9th grade, would be at Eagle Rock Middle School. So he wasn't too happy when he found that out, but we bribed them with cell phones. And so... so anyways, they both played football for Skyline High School, both graduated. My oldest said, "You know what, I'm going to go back." It was probably a hard years for them to move here. That's a hard, time. But he moved back to Seattle. He works for Staples. He's worked for Staples since he was in high school, working for their distribution center. And he had the opportunity to go back to Auburn and work at their distribution center, which is where we were from. So he moved back and got an apartment and met his wife, and they have their 3 children, and they decided we can't afford, 2-bedroom apartment was costing them more than any house payment here. So they just said, you know what, we're going to move back, buy a house. So they did. And so we have them just a mile away with our 3 grandkids. So that's wonderful. And then my youngest, he worked for Anderson Hicks as an ISA, and he met a girl and moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and that didn't work out, but the best thing happened. He met a girl who is now his wife, and they got married just this year, and so they are living in Myrtle Beach and loving it, and
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you said your son, daughter-in-law, and then 3 grandkids.
Yep.
They keep you busy?
Very busy. Yes,
Yeah.
we've got one in hockey right now. One's doing basketball. We're big into football, watching and playing. So my son Kalen, he coaches Grid Kid for my eldest grandson Hunter. So he's, it'll be sixth grade Grid Kid this year, and so he's coaching. My husband helps coach, and so it's pretty much nonstop sports in our family. We just started hockey for the first time this year, and that's just amazing. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much about hockey, but it's fun to watch him skate.
Oh yeah. Definitely picked up interest since the old Spud Kings
Oh,
arrived here in East Idaho.
yeah. Oh, yeah. In fact, I really, want to go back, and now that he's playing hockey, I haven't been to one since then, and I just want to go watch and see, like, okay, what are they doing that Harrison does,
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. So, what, summer times, winter times, what outside of work, what do you like to do with the family?
We're always together doing something. We take trips down to Utah, go to the zoo. We just like to explore. We been camping. We have a trailer, so a lot of the summers were spent camping. Yellowstone is one of our most favorite. We used to vacation here when we lived in Seattle, so we would come out here to Yellowstone on our week's vacations, and so now we're 2-3 hours away. So we like to go there a few times a year, spring, summer, and fall, and then sports, and yeah, just getting out and doing
Awesome.
stuff. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
So when you started with Mike,
Mm-hmm.
so were you licensed? Or were you an agent when you started with him? Like how did that role come about? What did your role look like?
Yeah, so I when I started, there was a gal that was in the office, and so I was hired to do the listings. So I took the photography for the listings. I did the video, which is nowhere near what we do now. But I would do the shots for the video, write the descriptions, put the listings in, help the gal in the office. And then it just kind of evolved. When she left, then it was kind of, at that time, the internet and websites and things like that started to really pick up and really get involved, and everything went digital, and you needed to have a presence in the market. And Mike was, very much always wanting to be in front of everything, and so we worked on creating websites and just a lot of internet stuff, making sure that his presence was out there and on top, and our website was up to date, and we were getting number one Google search, and just kind of all of that stuff. I learned a lot about that when I was involved in it, always kind of learning about SEO and stuff like that, which was not my thing. But yeah, it was just kind of helping. And then I started doing listings and transactions because I, was the only person there. But Mike's wife was there, so she kind of took over the listing side, taking the photography, and then doing the listing side. And then we had added more agents, and got busier, and so then we added more people for support. We had people helping with the listing side, with D. And then we added more transaction, people to help me. And then, yeah, so then we just kind of continued that way, adding more agents, adding more support, and then the decision to merge. So, which I think was the best thing we could have done, because I always say, Anderson Group, they had, it's like we both had the best of what we did best, and merging it just was the magic. I think Mike had the name, the notoriety, the business, but as far as I guess me, I wouldn't say that I'm more of a doer than a creator. So my brain doesn't work in. I shouldn't limit myself, but I'm not the one that comes up with the ideas. You tell me what to do and I'll do it. But Anderson Group, they had a lot of systems and processes as we did, but they were our processes. But their processes and our business, just merged together perfectly and just created, a wonderful world.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you have been through a very long journey with the evolution of the industry, of Mike's team, Anderson Hicks Group, and really has touched pretty much every piece of the transaction.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't licensed. So, I've done just about everything you could do real estate wise, but without being able to communicate to clients about the market. I couldn't talk to people about prices. I couldn't do a lot of that. And I just decided a couple years ago, what's something I could do that would push me kind of out of my comfort zone. And I'm like, what could I possibly know or do that, I could do that. And so I decided to go ahead and get my real estate license. And so, I'm not out there showing houses and doing stuff like that. That's another human. Like that I praise the agents that we have for all that they do. But it is awesome because I am able to talk to clients. I can, when I have some downtime, I can, lead generate for the agents and kind of talk to clients about things and help out whenever I can.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so with being involved for almost 21 years and being involved in multiple roles, and then the team growing with more agents, not only have you helped get a transaction to the closing table for Mike, but also a lot of agents in our local market. And so just curious, how many transactions do you think you've been involved in?
I don't even know. Thousands. I don't even know. I do not keep track. I don't. You might know, like on an average in the summertime and the hot heat of when we're the busiest, but I don't know. I usually keep. I don't know. Like at any one time, I might have. I don't know. You tell
me. It's upwards of what, probably 15,000?
Maybe. I don't know.
15,000 transactions? Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And with that comes a ton of knowledge. And so the benefit of that for you is that not only do you manage the transactions, but you're a major resource to the agents, not only on our team, but just in the industry that come to you to seek knowledge. And so tell me about what those relationships mean to you with the agents that are in the community, whether they're on the team or not.
Oh, it's amazing. It's kind of crazy to think that I've been doing this for so long, and I know so many agents in every brokerage, in every deal that we've done. And you do build relationships, and I have agents or other TCs that when they get a contract together with us, they're like, oh, it's Nicole, or it's Anderson Hicks Group, which is great because I think that means something. That means that, they know they're going to be taken care of. And it's not just our agents that are going to be taken care of. It's another agent on another team or another brokerage who's, glad that we're on the other side of it because, I do pride myself with being on top of it at all times. And I always wonder if there's agents out there that might be good. I'm very meticulous about following up with things. So they might be like, oh, it's Nicole asking me about that thing again. But I take care of the customers and the agents, and that's my job. And I don't apologize for being extremely particular and expecting answers, because our agents need answers, our buyers need answers, the lenders, the title company people need answers, other agents need answers. So I have great relationships with all of the people that we work with in our group and outside in the city.
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
And even on top of the agents, you have great relationships with all the different inspection companies
Mm-hmm.
and the different lenders and banking institutions and the different
Title companies
the
and
title companies and home warranty companies. And so there's so many relationships that have been formed over the years that you are, whether you admit it or not, you're a major driving force of people returning back to Anderson Hicks. Yes, they have their agent that they work with, but so often we hear in reviews or on phone calls with past clients, it's not just the agent. It is, oh my gosh, the success team. Oh my gosh, Nicole, are the miracle workers behind the scenes that so many times you don't get to meet the client in person.
Very rarely do I ever meet a client in person. When I do, it's awesome, And I mean, we've had clients who have come to the office hugging me, bringing us, the success team gifts, and it's heartwarming. And I don't meet them, but it is important to us that we provide the client a 10+ experience, and we do everything. Our systems are dialed in to not miss a beat, to make sure that we're following up with everybody involved in the transaction, to make sure that deadlines are met, to make sure we're not missing anything in the contract, to making sure the agent gets paid. I mean, that's really first and foremost. Is I always, my goal is to make sure that they get paid, and the agent, I'm behind the scenes, and always I will tell the client in my welcome call, your agent, Aaron, Lonnie, Mike, they're your agent, and they're going to reach out to you throughout this transaction. But if there's anything you ever need, they are always welcome to call, text, or email me, and I can get an answer. And if I can't, I'll get the agent. I'll do whatever I can to make sure that they're not just hanging out there wondering what's going on with our transaction, what's going on with our home sale or with our purchase. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And like you said, most cases you don't get to in person interact with those clients, but I can attest firsthand that if I were to rattle off, and it could be like 5-10 years ago, I could rattle off an address to you or a name, and you will recall 99.9% of the time who that client was, what their situation was. So even though you may not have that in-person relation, they mean a lot to you. You build a relationship.
And we have
with
people who come back, and we have a guy who just went under contract, and I'm like, that name sounds so familiar. And sure enough, 5 years ago, we sold him another house. So, and it's funny because even addresses, I'll be thinking to myself, I swear we've sold this address like 4 times since I've been here.
Yep. And sometimes we have.
And sometimes we have.
We have indeed.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, just to sum this up, first off, why do you love doing what you do as the transaction coordinator and working with clients in the real estate industry?
I just like knowing that I, was able to help them sell their house in a situation, sometimes it's for a new job, or it's a situation that is not the best of situations, but we've been able to take a lot of the pressure off of the seller or their buyer when they're so stressed out in other things, their world, their life, and be able to just constantly continue to give them information, communicate to them how things are going, make sure that their fears are squashed, just to be able to take care of a client and tell them at the end, we're recorded, congratulations, and just have happy people, wherever they're going or whatever they're purchasing. So it's just fun. I like it. I like the job. I love the people I work with. We have a great culture, and great systems, which just helps me be who I am.
Well said. Very good. And then lastly, why should somebody choose the Anderson Hicks Group, and why do you continue to choose to work with the Anderson Hicks Group?
I would say first and foremost, it's the people. We have a great group of agents and staff who really we're like a family. We care about each other so much, but ultimately our goal is to just provide a great service to clients who are buying and selling. And I mean, from the moment they're in contact with an agent, the process to signing listing docs, signing buyer docs, getting their house listed, staging and photography and videography that we provide, to the keeping in touch throughout the listing process, the agents, being in touch about just keeping them informed, and the marketing that we do, the websites that we have. I mean, there's just so much that we provide as a service to the clients, whether you're buying or selling. I think is above everybody. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, if you didn't know Nicole, hopefully this allows you to know her a little bit better if you have talked to her in the past or are looking to do real estate, whether it's buy, sell, just have general questions. This gives you an opportunity to have a better understanding of who it is in the background that you'll be working with. And chances are you'll probably be talking to Nicole. So we'll look forward to talking to you then.